You all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That's it. That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Sayuri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey!
You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
Then yeah, nice. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring the next meeting so we can all share.
Bodyguard looks over at me once more.
Mama huevo. I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah? Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Do you want to walk home together?
That's right. So Yuri and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. It's la mami, eh? Will I really be happy spending every day after school in literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. ¿Tengo que escribir un poema?
Te explico. Tienes que escoger las palabras que tú quieras. O sea, si por ejemplo escoges más las palabras que crees que le van a gustar a una de las chicas, pues esa chica en cuestión saltará. Los monigotes esos van a ir saltando. Hay palabras que les gustan más a una y palabras que les gustan más a otra. Entonces al final depende de la cantidad de palabras que escojas, hay una que gana.
Entiendo.
Pues irás a por esa ruta.
Vale.
El día 1.
Big words. So it's time to write a poem. Big words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Esta chocho ha dicho que ve terror, ¿no?
Sí.
Te amo. Scars. ¡No! ¡Que no te quiero, puta! Cry. ¿Por qué? Quiero llorar. Quiero llorar. Disaster. ¡Yes! Depression. ¿Por qué? Tío, no quiero. No, 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 tío, no quiero, no quiero, no quiero, no quiero. Ayudadme. Ayudadme. Tears. Tío, ¿por qué tiene tanta depresión esta señora? Fear. Me ayuda.
Dale a ver, horror.
¿Qué? Ah, horror. Vale. Melancholy.
Melancholy.
Bubbles cheer mouse. Mouse. Me cago en tus muertos. Graveyard. Ahí está.
Yeah.
After image. Death. ¿Qué? Clímax, Ocean, Beauty, Atone, Skipping, Doki Doki. ¿Qué es Doki Doki? No, no, Beauty no. Me cago en mis muertos. Hopeless, Kawaii, Rainbow, Anger. Anger. No, tío. No, 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 no. Para, tengo 4. Tengo 4. Tenemos que pensar bien. ¿Qué dices intelectual? ¿Tú crees? Te quiero tanto.
Lost.
Vale. Tragedy, ¿no?
No sé, Tragedy or Infinite. Uno de los dos.
Vale, me sirve. Even send Heartbeat Embrace. Frightening, ¿no? Frightening. Sí.
Sí.
Sadness.
Clouds? No. Vivacious.
Headphones. No.
Bueno, let's see.
Tengo miedo.
Hi again, mama huevo.
Hola, hola.
Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
Nah, don't worry. You're too hot. I mean, this might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Mama Huevo. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you.
Estoy acariciando la pantalla.
Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack.
¿Por qué me odias?
So you told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too.
Papi, ya.
I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth. Keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Tiene la valla, tío.
Wow. Nah.
How dependable.
Tajori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
No, mi amor. Tu culito es mi delito, no te preocupes. Sajori. As usual, Sajori seems oblivious to the weird situation she has put me into. La cara de me van a violar es increíble.
Wait, Sayori.
Me?
Not really. It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayuri made it sound like big deal when it's really not. What do I do?
Is it I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you want it.
Entonces lo he hecho bien. ¿La he elegido?
Sí, creo que sí.
Le como el coño. Lo haré, lo haré.
No estoy segura, pero creo que sí.
¿Qué? ¿Hay porno?
No.
No.
How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Lo peor es que Yuri es porno de lesbianas. O sea, I enthusiastically take the book.
Well, you can read it at your own pace.
¿Qué coño ha sido ese gemido, tía?
Calla, calla. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I will feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I matter this. Don't think I made her uncomfortable.
Oh.
¿Qué te pasa?
It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place.
Me está haciendo ojitos, lo veis, ¿no?
Yes, baby.
Pero bueno.
But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy two of them.
Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that you isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What is it about anyway?
Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison.
What the fuck?
And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? Jerry made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Jerry gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Mama Huevo?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Jerry's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals and their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But if I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
That's... I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
That's... Well, that's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just it's just something I'm not very used to.
Speed come.
That is reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Oh, alright.
I opened the book and start the prologue. I still understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. It may be a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
You really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean,
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead, I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn on the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Huh?
To turn the page.
Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. With your boobs. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. No, I know that was you. That was you.
You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do.
Le cambió la sonrisa.
Since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own. Blah. We continue to the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Madre mía. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Judy, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
You remain silent for a moment.
But, Mama Huevo, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that...
Todo le molesta. Puta! Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden?
I wanna fuck you up.
Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today poems with each other. We may not have enough time if we wait too long.
Puedo con tu gemido, lo siento. Yuri exhales, spare from finishing her thought.
Is that all right, Judy?
Of course not. Go fuck yourself.
you, you look kind of down. I'm sorry if you have been looking forward to this.
It's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
Mentira. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Madre mía, qué dom, ¿no? Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yeah. My realization ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Well, now that's everyone ready. Why don't you find someone to share with?
Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly complete as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Madre mía, se viene. Who should I show my poem to first? Sí, ¿no?
Va, dale.
Es mi chochologa. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As you read the poem, I noticed her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
Excepcional que debía hacer en la cama, guapa. Eh? What was that?
Huh? Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covered her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
Oh. He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
Yeah? That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
For this dick! Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have?
¿Se cambia de ropa?
No.
Ah.
Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Mentira. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific reading and writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though.
Biased how?
Um, well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? ¿Lees tú o leo yo?
Venga, va. Goes under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green.
Of the future. Eh?
¿Qué pone ahí? Blue-green, ¿qué pone?
Honey,
¿Qué?
come here. What is this?
Blue-green
Mi
hue?
botón.
Read this. Read this line.
The last yet to be replaced
Louder.
by the sickening blue-green hue of the future.
Ah, hue.
Sickening? Hue. Oh, hue. Yeah, like
vale.
color, the blue-green color.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Hue,
okay.
You know,
No
color.
escuché esa palabra en mi vida, Julio. Vale, vale.
Yo
Like
tampoco.
Fluffy's
Thank you,
favorite
Mike.
hue of gray. It's hue.
Vale.
Okay. I bathe. Um, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
Madre mía. Vaya mierda de poema, tío.
I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all. Que va, para nada.
But it took you a long time to read.
Cabronas, que vaya palabras usas. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Huh? That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Actually, the story isn't about the ghosts at all, Mama Huevo.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that Poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their works. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
Que profunda. That's a lot of more solemn. Putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so.
Nah. I could probably learn a thing or two from you. Es muy yo, tío. Nah.
Sí. You think so?
Yeah, of course, mommy.
Oh, Daddy. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Mama Huevo.
Ah, me too. Oye, Siri, di un número del 1 al 3.
¿Qué quieres decir?
Oye, Siri, elige un número del 1 al 3.
¿Qué quieres decir?
Pero ¿por qué me está diciendo que le va a escribir?
Alexa, dime un número del 1 al 3. 3 ha dicho.
Venga, Manu.
Hi, Mama Huevo. Having a long time so far?
Yeah.
Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring these things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Yeah. Me encanta.
Don't worry, Mama Huevo. We are all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past on.
Yeah, that's
Super.
true. I hand Monica my poem.
Great job, Mama Huevo.
Necesito esto de alerta o algo así.
I was going, oh, in my head while reading it.
¿Cómo es en your head?
Oh. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why I didn't expect you go to for something so deep.
¿Pero qué coño he escrito, tío?
I guess I underestimate you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing.
¿Tú qué crees, nena? ¿Tú qué crees? Tienes buenas lolas, pero es que la Yuri, madre mía.
¿Me quieres por sus tetas?
Claro, por sus tetis.
Writing that's full of imagery of symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze of all the ones. ¿Cómo se dice? It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked. Oh,
I'm sure I'm
I-
nowhere near her level yet.
don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles. But I'll always help you to find. So don't force yourself to write the you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything.
Se enrolla la tía, ¿eh?
Anyway, do you want to read my pen now?
La verdad es que no, pero bueno.
No lo.
Don't worry, it's not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's cause I have to sound confident. That does.
I see. Well, let's read it then.
Qué puta el joder, agua.
Mira, mira que es largo, ¿eh?
Ay, la puta.
No hace falta leerlo, tranquila.
¿Lo leo yo o...?
Léelo, léelo.
Ah, sube. Holding wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction of the spalkes protrudes. Protrudes.
Pronides.
No sé cómo se.
No,
noisy
protrudes. Yo qué sé.
¿Cómo?
Sí,
A
protrudes.
A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peered inside for a club. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a field left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas. Always scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little bright. It was too deep.
Ha muerto.
¿Ha morido?
On the other side, puzzle.
Vale. Fluffy, espérate. Espérate.
So, what do you think?
Que eres una mierda. It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Oh, well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of an
Se te corta.
Sí.
I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that. Ah,
Keep reading.
Very
because
good,
it's
Mike.
kind of coming in me. Ah,
Strongly.
Okay.
Strongly.
Yeah, you'll say.
Say strongly.
strongly.
There you go. Sí, venga.
Lo repito entero.
Es que se te cortaba aquí.
I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of strong. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets to fixate on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a puddle of ink. So just move your hand and the flow. That's my
Otra vez.
advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Pisada. Se calla, tío, parece Clara. Se calla.
Ay, a mí me gusta mucho Mónica.
¿Quieres tú o yo? Tú o yo, tú o yo.
Quien quieras.
Elige.
Venga, ya, Natsuki.
¿Eh?
Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions.
So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes.
Do you want to get smacked?
I'll pass.
Uh, well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you will like it.
Vaya mierda.
Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it.
Vaya puta mierda de poema. O sea, el más largo le toca a Manu, tío.
Yeah.
I tried it.
I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff.
De verdad que es un poco mierda.
So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yeah, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard.
Cabrona. Pero el que te hace... No sé, no entiendo.
Like in this poem.
Sí.
Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Arregla parió. Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme in the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro.
Bueno, relax, baby girl.
I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Qué majo soy, joder.
Sí.
Bueno, ¿ahora con quién?
Mira.
¿Están listos?
No, no. Of course, it's not that good. I'm the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time.
Guess you're right. But that's what impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the fucking club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I break my promise.
Oh. We should all things like these for other people.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure, Sayori. The full picture of my motive here.
Tiene 3 años, tío.
Sí.
¿De quién? Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then.
Now you read my poem, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that.
Yeah. Through my blood in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me go to bed, making me rub the sleep from my eyes. I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If I see for you, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
Oh my god, me duele la barriga.
Sayori, this is yes, I guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Yeah. Especially that last line. Even though you were late for school. Porque esta señora suena como Tony.
Mira.
I'm little cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
That's the best.
Yeah.
But next time I'm going for that. And I'm going to grade the best.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Mike se lo está pasando pipa. Ew. It's increíble. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all, I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns to the point to the desk with one hand.
I guess you can say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Yeah? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Mama Hueva did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet.
No, it's Yuri.
And Mama Huevo likes my comments. You know. You know? He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Mama Huevo appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Mama Huevo started showing up. Natsuki,
Natsuki, that's a little.
this doesn't involve you.
Suddenly, both girls turned towards me. How did they just notice I was standing there?
Mama Huevo. um.
Pelea.
She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true.
No que va.
She started. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out of the reader, not force him to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Mama Huevo! Wait. There is a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them, it's not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Mama Huevo? Well?
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? Not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be Natsuki. You're right that I liked your poem.
See?
Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick at a fight just because someone's opinions is different.
That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously.
I understand. You're a seriously talented writer. It's not secret that I was impressed.
Well, that's...
But here's the thing, no matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. That's when Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute.
I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry.
But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, yeah, piece of shit, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Are you kidding, motherfucker? That's exactly what I did. It was that bitch.
Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both. Yuri apologize. Don't you think you should too?
Natsuki got fist. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant, but only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her.
Walking toward
Sayori, she doesn't need to.
You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spur me from having to look at all of your faces right now.
Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem in her hands and throws it in the trash.
She really didn't need to do that.
I look across the room. Teresa, her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair.
Por la cara, tío.
It's alright.
I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now.
No, Jury. How could anyone have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think I need less of you. Can I eat your boobs? Perdón.
Alright, you can eat them. Thanks, Mama.
Espera. Ahora habla.
Está restregándote la cara en la pantalla.
Casi, pero venga, dale.
Thanks, Mama Huevo. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you part of this club now.
Porque quieres polla. It's nothing.
One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So,
What thing did Natsuki say?
Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea.
Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone.
Ya está la pesada del... Uf.
Ya me la quedo yo, si no te gusta.
It's just about time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing poems?
Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly.
Mama Huevo, how about you?
Yeah, I would say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Awesome. In that case, well, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from. So your poems will turn out even better.
I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to express. Wink, wink. I nod myself with newfound determination. Sure, let's go. And you're being something.
Parece retrasada.
It truly has been a while since Sayori and I. Tía, no le digas trastornada. I can really say I'm not enjoying it either.
Pero sí que a cada frase parece más normal. Tío.
Coño, estoy haciendo la voz de misa. Sayori, about what happened earlier. You know, it's Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No, I don't hate them. I just want your opinion, that's all. I can't say wait, they would make good friends with you. That's
No puedo, tío.
It looks as though Yuri still hasn't got onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an international monologue sometimes. Yeah, let's do this. Oye, ¿cuándo os queréis ir a dormir?
Hostia, uf. Ah, yo me he echado una siesta antes.
Ah, vale, brutal. Hasta que me digáis, ¿eh? Vale. Effulgent, ¿no? Sí.
Tío, te explico, o sea, el juego es muy cortito, ¿vale? O sea, son 3 días, no, son 4 y vas por el segundo.
Vale.
Luego tiene una segunda parte, pero la primera parte te queda más o menos la mitad, un poco más de la mitad.
Vale.
Ay, necesito agua. Los gemidos no salen solos.
Vale, entonces si yo ahora mismo cierro esto, se queda, ¿verdad? Vale, sí. Madre mía, cómo la estoy conociendo ya, ¿eh?
Whisper, beauty or kiss.
¿Has visto que no está Mónica?
Sí, ¿por qué?
Porque es mía.
Ah, perdón.
Te perdono.
Puta madre. Joder.
Dios, full depresión.
Sí, claro. Joder. Joder. Vale. Vale. Vale.
Coño.
Vale. Vale.
O sea, que pone boobies.
Vale, ha ganado ella, ¿verdad?
Sí, yo creo que sí.
Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I'm getting a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scenes greets me. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today.
Yo, the Bronx, ¿sabes?
Es que no puedo, tío.
I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. No thanks. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I could lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry! And so, that only leaves the one option. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book anyways.
I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. That's... Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. Oh. That's... There's no way you could think that. Retribution. Still coming from you, Sayori? I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there?
Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto her desk. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Retribution.
Actually, that one almost worked.
Pero no te rías como una bruja, tía.
I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though.
Jerry hugs the cookie. Yes, eat it! Jerry rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. Sayuri suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth.
You're going through a lot over just one cookie.
Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie.
Keys. Beggars can be choosers. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one?
Sayuri gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her.
Jeez. I get it.
Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayuri off of her. Sayuri suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie.
Hey! Did you seriously just do that?
Parezco Timo, en verdad, eh?
Sí.
Mouthful, Sayuri trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well.
Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Yeah?
Natsuki glances around. Monica is in the club room.
Where's Monica anyway?
Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today?
Yeah, me neither.
That's a bit unusual. Es que me autista.
Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all.
I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined.
Excuse me?
Suddenly, the door swings open.
Oof. Ay, arriba. Sorry, I'm super sorry.
Ah, there you are.
I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about?
Monica quizzically glances at me. Ah, never mind that. What held you up anyway?
Oh. Well, my last period today was a study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time.
That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least.
I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Practicing piano.
Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica.
Ah, I don't. Really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's
Monica looks at me.
maybe once I get a little bit better, I will.
That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it.
Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Mama Huevo.
Monica smiles sweetly, pero esta que quiere
Me
polla o
encanta.
qué? I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that.
Don't worry. I've been practicing I wall a lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share the once I'm ready.
I see. In that case, best of luck.
Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I?
Nah, not really. I chose to leave out Sayori mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Así que es lesbiana. Hey, Judy. I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. I was kind of just waiting for you.
Oh, if that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started?
Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all.
Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf. The kind with a filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle.
I'm going to plug this in the teacher's desk and then we'll go get some water.
She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back.
I might as well walk with you.
Yeah, why not? Shall we go then?
Yeah.
Hmm? Where are you two go? No, where are you two off to?
We're just... Jerry was going to make some tea, so... I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of one-person job, isn't it?
That's...
Monica, please mind your own business for once.
Wow!
Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Mama Huevo in club activities?
Huh?
My mouth gapes.
I suppose there's nothing wrong with that.
Then let's go, Mama Huevo.
You're quickly to the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall.
I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that?
Sí, ¿qué te ha pasado, chocho? Yuri.
I just... Something about the way she said it. That It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me?
You want my dick? No, Yuri.
Yes.
I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that.
Mama huevo. How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me?
Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane.
No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that?
Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that?
Friend, you say?
Acabo de friendzonearla.
Sí.
Me cago en mis muertos.
Oh.
Pero a ver, no puedo mandar a la friendzone si no hemos hablado de eso. Yuri lifts her head.
Mama huevo.
Joder.
I really like being friends with you.
Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway,
Yeah. Shall we go?
yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Pero,
Mama huevo, do you like long tea?
a ver, ¿hay porno aquí?
No.
Vaya mierda. Yeah. Anything is fine.
Very well.
Yuri sets the temperature of the kettle to 200 degrees.
Now it's time to get the teapot.
You ready to do this properly, don't you?
Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others.
Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything?
In that case, you will only be even more impressed.
Oh, perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now.
Is it so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. And I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway.
Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much.
You're always worrying about me, Mama Huevo.
Puedo con el nombre, tío.
It's very endearing.
That's... Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us.
Mama Huevo, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today?
Nah, por la cara. Eh? What's that?
It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over in my desk.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize.
No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it.
Is that so? I wonder why that is.
It's most likely because of my boobs. My...
Your posture, right? Always hunch over like that while reading.
Yes! I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. Oh, I have some chocolates as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sojori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups and at our sides. And if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other.
I can't see it too well.
Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle.
Your teacup.
Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up with a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her boobs. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want.
That's okay. I won't take any.
Are you sure?
Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages.
You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad.
No need to apologize.
Okay, mommy.
I'll hold the book, okay?
Are you sure?
Of course.
Hostia, qué bonita es. Qué bonita es. Jerry opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if this situation was completely natural, but that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Madre mia. Madre mia. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks.
Did I just...
Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened.
Mamá huevo.
Sorry! I guess I shouldn't have done that.
That's... Well... You were just helping. That's something that friends do, right?
I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah, that's all it was.
Yeah. Then you don't need to stop or anything.
Madre mía, le está pidiendo más. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that she can't focus right now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Something averts her gaze. I notice her chest raising and fall into the rhythm of her heart, of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Será puta, será puta, será puta, será puta.
You
Será puta.
ruined the moment.
Será
You
puta.
fucking bitch.
Será puta. Será puta, no me lo esperaba, tío. Me asustó incluso.
¿Te das cuenta que siempre que aparece Mónica aparece como corriendo?
Sí, tío, ¿por qué? Puta water parties, tío. A ver, dale.
Water party.
Okay, everyone.
Everyone to muerto.
Ah,
Jimmy Joel's back.
It's time to share poems. Mama huevo, you can have Julie put away the deep stuff, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, thanks.
That spell is abruptly broken.
I'll take care of the cups.
Yeah. Drew picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Hombre, vamos a ver, yo creo que es obvio, ¿no?
Dale,
Que no, vamos con Mónica.
dale.
Cool. Vale. Hi again. How's the writing going?
Alright, I guess.
I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're playing yourself. Maybe soon you'll come with a masterpiece.
I wouldn't count on that.
You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today?
Sure, here you go. I gave my poem to Monica.
Alright. This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Judy's writing style?
Madre mía, qué pillada. I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented.
Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen.
I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her.
Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on the head, of course.
I hope you don't mean that in a bad way.
No, of course not. I just mean that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still defending her like that. You must be pretty into her.
Eh? You completely misunderstood.
Calm down. I'm kidding.
A no ser.
Besides, I'm pretty
¿Cómo?
sure she's already got a boyfriend.
¿Cómo que la pelirila me está poniendo los cuernos? ¿Tu muerto? Wait, really?
Yeah, a fictional one, anyway.
Ah, coño, pero eso no cuenta. Monica kind of whispers that last part of me.
It's just a hunch, but
Well, there's not really anything wrong with that.
oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway. You want to read my poem now?
Pues no.
I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too.
Alright, let's take a
Easy.
look.
Hasta cortito, ¿no?
Load me. Venga.
Save me. The colors, they won't stop, right? beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, and endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it wouldn't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, no?
Mhm.
Squeaking, scratching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a
Chalkboard.
like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me.
It's even more abstract than your last one, huh?
I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't.
No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess.
I kind of like playing with my space on the paper,
No, ya me he dado cuenta.
choosing where and how to space your word can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short me, it feels like they are trying to speak over the noise.
I see. It's still hard for me to tell what is it about, though.
Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So, putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica writing
¡Qué
tip of the day.
pesada, tío! A nadie le importa!
Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is the tip even about writing? What what am I talking about? That's my advice for today.
Pesada.
Thanks for listening.
De nada. ¡Por fin! Vale, ahora vamos con Natsuki. Me apetece voz de pito.
I like your last one better.
Huh? Really?
Well, yeah, I can tell you were a little more daring with this one. But you're not good enough for that yet. It fell flat.
That may be true, but I just wanted to try something different. I'm still figuring this all out.
I mean, I always like poems that aren't trying too hard. I hate it when people try to sound fancy or add more meaning just by using annoying and complicated language.
Se está metiendo con Yuri, ¿verdad?
Sí. Just make it simple, cute, and to the point.
This.
Yuri's head over heels for all this cryptic nonsense, but I see right through that BS. Huh? Making your reader look so hard for all this deep meaning is just an excuse to have no meaning at all.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
Well, everyone has their own opinion. But my opinion is the best opinion. I'm sure you figured that out already. Anyway, here's my poem. Maybe you will learn something. Amy likes
Wow.
spiders.
Wow.
You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. I spiky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy held me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friend starts to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone.
Wow. ¿Esto es un poema?
Not bad, right?
It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's.
Yesterday's was way too short.
Puta mío, ¿verdad?
I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do.
No, of course not.
Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem.
¿Tú crees?
I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid you're being. Like, anyone could agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk.
Do you know people like that?
Of course, it's about how everyone thinks my... That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure.
Madre mía.
Something that you're afraid if people find out. They make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things.
Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of people can too.
It's what I do best after all. I like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it.
Deja el de Sayori para el final.
No!
No pasa nada.
Oh, I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's?
I think. I doesn't like the move.
That's not very helpful, you know?
Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem.
I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point.
What do you mean about friends keep on the mud?
Well, whatever.
Say, Wait, so word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Like this, I'm happy and this I'm sad.
Happy and sad. I can see you liking something sad, Sayori.
Well, I like having when you have a little ring cloud in your head. As a poem can give the ring cloud a hug and make it happy.
Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic.
Getting better at expressing my feelings. I can read that down then. You can read my poem now, okay?
Esto es coña, ¿no? Puta
Oh my
coña
God.
es. Vale. Déjame ver algún momento, ¿vale?
Bottles. I propose my scope like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts in bottles all in a row. My collections make me lots of friends. Each bottle a storyline to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more battles. Deeper and deeper, my fingers go.
Bro. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Mike, no. Vete.
Let's play in the dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scrapping and scrapping. I blow down cups. It doesn't feel like 10 laps. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done. I open up and in come my friends. And they come in such hurry that I want my bottles so much. I frantically pull them off the shelf. From the shelf, one after the other. Holding them out to each and every friend. Each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts in showers all over the floor. Then went the bus to be with my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something, but all I hear is echo inside my head.
Holy crap. Literal. Sayori, did you really write this?
Tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you.
And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently.
I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good. So you should be proud of it. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Writing... No. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me To be pessimistic.
Será larguísimo, ya verás.
¿Tú crees?
Let's see what you've written for today. Mm.
The point with the surprised expression on her face. Do you like it?
Mama huevo. This one might be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing.
Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining, baby girl. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows, even her hands appear sweaty.
I'm not used to this.
Used to what?
I don't know.
It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her.
Yeah. Just
I found
being
my name.
appreciated
Yeah.
like this, I guess.
You should take this.
It
this
probably
monster.
sounds really stupid,
No.
but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really wet.
Are you saying that you never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it.
Tiny, who's who?
I really only write for
I mean,
myself.
you could. That'd be rude. We're trying.
And besides-
we're trying to get rid of the car.
People would just laugh at me.
Oh,
Do you really
it's
think
not-
that?
I'll just show you.
Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends?
Mm,
Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today?
yeah. I do. If it's with you. Oof.
La Virgen.
El mapache.
The raccoon. It happened in the dead of the night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scattering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an ordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious will well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its face and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very sunlight that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to follow me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again.
Hermana, ¿qué coño es esto?
I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's.
I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can begin to imagine what this poem is about.
That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them.
Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean.
Well, I think it's something that different people can relate into their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them.
Huh, that's funny.
Huh?
Did Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest?
Huh? She did?
Yeah. He was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody.
She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way?
Yeah. Says I do to have that in common.
That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that.
Don't worry, I have no reason to.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things.
Madre mía.
Writing, listening.
Tu voz ha subido un puntito de sensual, ¿eh?
There really aren't many people like you, Mama Huevo.
That's a genuine standard writing a little bit.
It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that.
It's nothing really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Qué pesada, tío. Vete a la mierda, muerte. Perdón.
Dios.
Pesada.
Okay, everyone. ¿Qué pasa? ¿De qué te ríes?
Muy pesada, tío.
We are all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something playing today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room.
Is this about the festival?
Well, sort of.
Ugh. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations.
Don't worry so much. We are going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been there, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event.
Okay, that's great and all. But that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event.
Ah, sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We are going to be performing.
Performing? Monica?
Yeah, we are going to having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we are also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time.
Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see.
Sí, desentona, me encanta.
Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you?
Huh? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea?
Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that.
I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that.
Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear.
No, Sayori. I understand where they are coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until I just a couple of
There you go.
It's a lot to ask for them to recite the poems out loud to a wall full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We are the only one responsible for the fate of this. If we start depending on each poem put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And more people who perform, the better we'll able to show everyone what literature is all about.
Ella sí que se expresa así.
That's right. And if those reasons we are all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same you here in the first place? I know you do.
Gewacht bij Buddha.
I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it.
Natsuki and Johnny remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit.
Well, maybe, but...
It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left.
Oh. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with.
Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri?
Aww.
Um,
Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces.
I guess I don't really have a choice.
club is seriously going to be the death of me.
Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Judy. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a point of yours. We are going to practice reciting them in front of each other.
Mira, gilipollas.
No. y- Monica, this is too sudden.
Well, if you can recite your point in front of the club, how do you expect to do in front of strangers?
Oh no.
Don't worry.
Be happy.
I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Of course.
Increíble.
Dios.
Now, let's see.
Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. He then stands behind the podium.
The title of the poem is The Way They Fly.
Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles.
Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori?
I'll go next.
Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium.
This poem is called
Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. Por favor, di algo sexual.
It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye.
Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns and is a structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone's stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Mónica. Se había dormido.
So, Yuri, that's really good. That was really good. Thank you for sharing.
Looks like Yuri is done from the con. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
Se ríe de su propio chiste.
Sayori.
Ah. Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you are reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror on your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out of the best that way.
Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. ¿Ves? Tiene soft voice.
Es soft.
The poem is endlessly cheerily like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. Eso dijo Donnie cuando tuvo su primer orgasmo. Good job, Sayori. What does that even mean?
Vaya.
LOL. ¿Y eso?